movies, it's always been a big thing, but it seems like each year it gets a little bit bigger.
Huge. I mean, that's why we're here, right? With Comic-Con, it's such a big deal.
People like to be scared. I mean, I grew up watching horror films, and I think a lot of us did, and we like that whole scary thing. But the other aspect of that is we don't know what we don't know. So what's out there waiting to be discovered? And that's kind of why I do it, is not necessarily to get all the answers, but to just observe and take a look at what might be out there that's going to make Chip go, or that was interesting, or that was curious. There's been a lot of stuff that's made me do that. So I don't like to think that I'm so different than anybody else. Do you watch the shows? Why do you watch?
It's a curiosity.
We're on
I live in a mahogany shop.
We're on exactly the same page then, so I think that's kind of true for most people. It's this morbid curiosity that I have of what else is there.
I had heard that there was actually a crisis in the church or the Vatican, that they didn't have enough actual trained exorcists, and they were actually looking to train more. Is that something that you guys ran into at all? Or
I read that as well. It's interesting because when I read that, I was like, oh, really? Do they need more? So apparently, once you reach the bishop level, within the Roman Catholic faith,
right,
you are allowed to perform an exorcism, right? So in theory, you've gone to divinity school. In theory, you've been trained in the Roman Catholic liturgy. And also, with that training, you are allowed to perform an exorcism. Other faiths, it's different. What's interesting about our exorcism, because it's a minor rite of exorcism, which is a thing, right? It's actually more of a blessing than anything else. And I think, and I wish Bishop Wong was here to kind of help split hairs and describe those things, but any bishop is allowed to perform it. So maybe they need more bishops.
Right.
I don't know if that's the challenge there.
Touching on that, saying that this is more of a blessing, was this approved officially by the church?
You don't need to have approval from the Vatican if it's a minor exorcism.
Right.
A major exorcism you do.
It's more of a deliverance.
Yeah, deliverance. That's a better word.
That's probably a better word. And if it's not unapproved, the church is able. Priests can go in and do, because I'm Catholic. Right. Priests can actually go in and do a house blessing. They can go in and bless the house, anoint the house, whatever. And a minor rite of exorcism on a place, to the best of my understanding, can also be done by a priest, just a normal clergyman. But if you go to the point of doing a major rite of exorcism, which is actually on an individual, then you have to have approval of the archdiocese. You have to have someone who is ecumenically trained to do this sort of work, and that's when they call in the big guns.
Did you guys consider any outside the Roman Catholic faith? Like, every single culture has demons, and so, was there ever any consideration of bringing in, a shaman or a witch doctor?
Let me jump in for a second. Bishop Long is not Roman Catholic.
Okay,
Bishop
sorry.
Long is Old Catholic Church,
okay,
which is kind of like the Episcopals did a pull-off of the Catholic Church.
Right.
They went, wait a minute, we don't like your dogma and your whatever. So we're going to go over here.
Right.
Old Catholic Church actually said, well, we don't like some things too, so we're going to go over here.
Okay.
And I find the Old Catholic Church, which is different, they can have females can be part of the clergy, and they're very welcoming of the LGBT community.
Okay, great.
And so those are facets of the Old Catholic Church. So, I mean, we could have looked at those things, but I think that those things, we don't know what this is going to be. We don't know that this is the definitive solution of whatever is in that house. Because we're doing a live show. We could go through this process and they could come back at us and go, we're done. Bye, Felicia. But, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
What's interesting about the actual real life story, and so kind of the way that we're telling the story is that it's the main exorcist who was actually successful in getting and exorcising Roland is of the Jesuit faith. He wrote a diary, it's a real diary, from 1949 when it actually happened. And we're drawing a lot of our information and history from his recordings, from that diary. But in that diary, it's really interesting. It's kind of like an X-Men of super faiths because it was spiritualists. There was a rabbi that came in, Lutherans, Roman Catholic, and ultimately Jesuits were kind of, Father Bowden was like the reluctant hero, and it was the Jesuits who kind of succeeded. But it's kind of like an X-Men of faith story. Like there's a lot of different people who tried and really made a big effort to help him.
That diary will turn your hair curly and gray.
Oh yeah.
So,
Scary.
considering you're going back to the original Exorcist house, is there a new set of owners, or did you contact the original family that lived there in order to be able to allow for this?
We wanted, obviously, so Roland Doe is, the name that we're giving to protect him, obviously, and he's not going to be participating in our special, and neither are the current owners of the house. So people do live there, and it's in a lovely suburb. You've been there. I actually haven't been there yet. It's a gorgeous suburb in Belle North.
It is such a quiet little neighborhood of pre-post-war II homes, nicely kept, nice yards and everything. And then you go up to that house and you go, this place is effed up.
Yeah.
The minute that you get there, there's just something. If you've got any kind of sensitivity abilities, you just kind of go, whoa. But you're right. I mean, it's just like it looks like Storyville. It looks like this lovely little community.
Have the current homeowners reported any such activity?
Yeah, no. I guess the best way to do this, I can't speak for them, obviously, but I can tell you this. Look, I mean, Destination America, my whole day is ghosts. All I do is find great talent and make ghost shows for them. And I have been collecting all of these paranormal tales for a very long time. We had to do the Exorcist house. There wasn't any other option. So I can't speak for them and say that, but I do know that St. Louis, particularly in this story and the house, are definitely a hotbed of activity in terms of what people have told us. Whether we get them on camera is a whole other thing.
Well, I've talked to some people in St. Louis.
But Chip has.
And let me tell you this, because of my social media contacts and people that I've met in my travels, and they're going, oh yeah, every time I travel into that neighborhood, I get weirded out. Or if I go by that house, I get weirded out. Or I won't go to Belle Noire anymore because I'm weirded out by that neighborhood. So, I mean, even for residents of St. Louis and the surrounding area, they're still kind of creeped out by this place.
Yeah.
It still has a very active history.
Does that include the current owners of the house? Are they the ones who approached you, or did?
Yeah, no.
What do they think about?
I can't. You know what? You'll have to ask them yourselves. I don't want to speak for them particularly, but I can just tell you that. And actually, Chip, I think you said this very well the other day, which is that if I knew that I had a problem and someone was offering help, I would absolutely take it. And again, when you get to this point, you've tried a lot of options. You've been to the exterminator to make sure there's nothing wrong. You've had other people stay in the house. And
They've experiencing major issues.
Yeah, I mean,
From what we're led to believe.
yeah.
Guys, we gotta switch now. You wanna talk to these guys?
Switching time.
No, you sit, they're moving. You